Greetings RC fans, Sharky here and welcome back to Sharky's Garage for another unboxing. Today we have got the HoSpeed 1/18 scale 4-wheel drive monster truck, the Storm Thunder. It's reported in several different ways in different places. They talk about black hole, they talk about it being one of the Fireteam style, and that is the style of it. It isn't the style of this that's on the box, it's the same platform. This is brushed. It has got 7.4 volt lithium ion battery. It's got two 1200 mAh ones with it. I bought this second hand. I paid £35 for it, and I found this on Banggood for £55.99. Now, before we get into the main part of the unboxing, don't forget to do the usual things like comment and subscribe. So this was a bargain off Facebook Marketplace. I've been looking for something like this for a little while. I wanted some more buggy style stuff that's easy to carry around, and this thing has got a good reputation. There's several videos of it about. As I say, I picked it up for £35. It's £55.99 on Banggood when I looked for it. I'll try and put a clip of that into the video at some point. Um, 2.4 gigahertz, 7.4 volt, 1200 mAh lithium ion. There's two batteries in there. Charge time, they're talking about 3 hours. Run time, about 20 minutes. Various box claims, up to 36 kilometers an hour. But I think reasonably they're talking 27 to 30, so 18 plus miles an hour. We'll see what happens. We will take it outside and speed run it in a minute. It has got a 1.5 kilogram 5-wire servo on it. It's a 30 amp ESC, and apparently it's a 380 brushed motor. So let's go over the box and then get into the main part of it. So on the front of the box, let's see there, you can see it says Storm Monster Truck Thunder, ages 14 plus. The battery details, the steering servo, differentials with ring and pinion gears, 380 high-speed motor. This is what the more truggy style body on it. Onto this side is another one of the things. This is the more of the buggy, rock buggy style thing. You can get alloy oil shocks. You can get upgraded gears, you can get upgraded drive shafts, and you can get an alloy bottom piece, which that's quite cool, which we might do with that down the line. On this side, again, goes over the battery, ready to run. Got that. So on this side shows the transmitter. What's in it at the minute? It's on spring dampeners, so we may need to work on that. That's all of that, and that's the style that it is. That I have got the black one. I would love to have found the blue one, but I didn't find the blue one, but I have got the black style one. Finally, onto the bottom of it. So this came with the one battery. There's two batteries in there, so they've got another battery. It takes three 1.5 volt AA batteries in the handset. You can see here the full range. We've got two like pickup trucks, two rock buggy style. We've got 4 truggies of different styles, and then we've got 2 of the sort of Fireteam black hole styles. All the various bits and pieces made in China, etc, etc, UK license and things. Right, let's get into the main box. So what have we got inside here? So we've got the transmitter, we've got a charge lead. The batteries are all charged up. We've got the buggy itself, and I've got some AA batteries there. Give me 1 second. So no packaging in the box, but it hasn't had the clear pulled off it, so that is something that will probably get done. You've got the handset with a foam. It's not too bad in the hand. Plenty of space to clamp on. Screw on the bottom there. I've got a screwdriver for putting the batteries in it. We have got steering trim. We have got speed, so we can turn it up and down. I've got it turned up to max at the minute. The on-off button on here. Pretty simple, pretty sort of hard plasticky controller. This is the charge lead that came with it. Although I've been charging the batteries on my better charger, Jihong 500 milliamp hour output. So these are the batteries. They're 1200 milliamp hour. I don't know what the C rating of these are. It doesn't show, but I've got two of those, and they're on the 2-pin JST plugs. Both the same. Okay, and then the 3 AAAs. Then it comes to the rig itself. So it's got black hole written on it, and I will probably pull the cover off at some point and then sticker it up. It's got lights on the top here. It's got the 2 drivers inside, and obviously you can see the lead there that goes up for that. These come off, and we'll take that off in a second and show you the body underneath, and that's the only difference is this between the different ones of this. Decent front bumper that sort of should take a knock. Underneath, twist this, put the battery in there. You can see it's spring dampers. They're fairly soft. We'll do a drop test in a second. Bouncy. But yeah, not a lot to see from above. It's nice and sealed. You can see through there, so you could change this body out or whatever and take it apart, detail it up, and do whatever you wanted with it. I think I'll leave it like this for the minute, and we'll be able to put the speed meter in here. I'll get the batteries into it and then come back to you. It is worth noting that the battery is a bit of a tight squeeze, so you have to jiggle it around before you can flick that over. The on-off is on the side here. As always, turn on the transmitter first. You can see that's flashing away, and we can turn that on and we can see the lights are on. Steering, flip it over. Okay, let's sit it on top of a mug and have a look at it. Right, it's on the top of the coffee mug, okay. Minimal ballooning. Forward stop, reverse. Not very much steering angle. We'll see what it's like on the floor. So I will drop this down and give it a little bit of a run round on here, and then we'll move it onto the floor and switch to the Insta360. I have turned the speed right down. This is at minimal speed. Oh, even still it's got quite a bit of punch. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what it does on the floor, so we'll switch to that now. Right, it's still on the lowest speed at the minute. We'll see how it does with that. Steering angle's not great. Right, I'm going to turn the speed right up. Ooh, looks like it's going to do the climbing test relatively good. Needs more space. Right, let's move it over and look at the climbing test. So we've got the little marks on here from 1 inch at this end, which it will do no problem at all. Next up is 2 inch. Yeah. Let's see if it does 3 inch. Side heeling. It's not got a lot of diffs, so you can see there we've got front, or I can see one of the rear wheels is spinning and one of the front wheels is spinning, which is why it's not doing very well. Let's see if we can get a better thingy on that. It's open diffs. Don't know whether you can see that. Ooh. Camera's flipped over. Hopefully that's working okay. Right, let's see how it does over here, which won't be a problem, I know. Wow, I think this is going to jump well. I think this is great in the stag part. Let's take it outside and we'll take the jump outside as well. I've got the GPS meter in the back. We'll see how this does. That's flat. Because of the short wheelbase, when you start to turn, if you lift off the throttle, it causes the back end to switch quite nicely. One more pass and then we'll see how we do on speed. Does mean I'm not flipping this over, which is nice. Right, we got 16 mile an hour. Over 827 feet, time elapsed 58 seconds, average speed of 9 mile an hour and then 16 mile an hour. We'll see how that goes backing it up and then we'll do some jumping and stuff. Yep, confirmed 16 mile an hour, 577 feet, 37 seconds. Right, we're going to try and get some jumping, so I'll get you looking on for the jump cam. Time to test my driving. I don't know if you got all of that on camera. Might need a bit of weight on the front. Yeah, it flips over backwards in the air. Need to make sure I lift off when it gets airborne. That was better. I didn't hit the ramp straight that time. Get you one more decent jump. need to learn. Right, we'll take it back inside and give you the conclusions. Well, I can truly say I feel that that is money well spent. 16 mile an hour on the first run, backed up with 16 mile an hour on the second run, which is 25 kilometers per hour. It jumps really well. I'm looking forward to taking it to the skate park and seeing what it does there. Let me just turn things off. I will whip the top body off so we can have a look at it. Press and hold that. Turn that off. Got 4 body pins, which we can pull out. That front one there is pushed through quite well. So that must have been a landing of some sort that was a little bit, maybe my predecessor did, or maybe it might have been me flipping it over and doing all sorts of fun, funky stuff there. That's it. That's all of those off. We've just got the lead there. You can see there isn't a lot to it. You can see, oh, right, let's do it that way over, and if I disconnect the lights there. Right, so see here we've got the little servo in there. See, it's a 5 lead. You can see the motor in there, so it's nicely covered over under here. Maybe we can get a bit more weight on the front there just to keep that front end down. Some of my alloy wheel weights maybe. Tyres are quite cool. Small hex in there. So you could put some different tyres on it, put some metal bead locks on it maybe, which would give it a bit more weight, or maybe just put some metal bead locks with some weight in them on the front just to keep the front end down. There's a lot can be done to it. These spring dampers, not a lot to them, but it seems to work quite well as it is. So, £35 well spent. I actually think £55 is well spent. They do a brushless version of this, which I can imagine is an absolute rocket ship, given how small it is. That's it for today. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll catch you all again next time.